Hi, everybody. Welcome to Terrell Talk. I'm Donna Terrell. We are talking about Sisters in Suitcases, an organization that encourages mainly women of color to travel out of the country. The trips are called experiences, and I'm told they can be life-changing. The creator of Sisters in Suitcases is from right here in Arkansas. Meet Tamaya McClendon of Little Rock. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I knew about Sisters in Suitcases for years and had no idea that you were right here in my own backyard.
Right here.
I know, right here. But you have women from all over the country who travel with Sisters in Suitcases all over the world. What are these experiences like?
So these, I call them sisterhoods, bonding. The women come not knowing one another, but when they leave with relationships and friendships that last a lifetime.
And how do you encourage them? Because you believe that African American women are less likely to travel because of things that they've been told as children or just the fears that they have. So how do you convince them to travel?
I share my own personal experiences with them. I didn't personally have any fears. I traveled for the first time at 17 years old. I booked the entire trip. And took my first flight at 17, and I've been flying since then. But sharing my own experiences, sharing how my life has changed, and also sharing the experiences of other women who's traveled with them, with us, and some of the fears that they had and how they overcame those fears.
So what made you decide to create Sisters in Suitcases? I'm just kind of curious about that, because I know, and we talked about this in our last segment, how, you know, you were trying to attract young girls, but I mean, there are so many things that you could do to live your purpose. Why this?
I chose Sisters in Suitcases, one, because I really wanted to target the women, because my life changed. That's number one. It was healing. It was therapeutic. I lost my mother. I think I shared that with you. And I realized after her loss, I needed an adventure, an experience. I needed to get away. Yeah. That's really what it was.
So you got away.
So I got away.
Italy.
To Italy.
You didn't just get away. I mean, some people will get away to, you know, another state. You went out of the country, and that is where you discovered, you kind of found yourself.
And it ignited my dreams again. So I had things that were inside. This has always been inside of me, but we start just going about our everyday life, and those things, those dreams that you have, they kind of get pushed down. Yeah. And so I truly believe it was after that trip that those dreams start igniting back to the top. Yeah. And that's what happened for me.
You know, and I told you this, and I'll just tell you briefly. And by the way, the pictures that you're looking at, some of them involve some of the experiences that you've taken women on, but a lot of the pictures that you're seeing actually center around Sisters in Suitcases, their social media page on Instagram, which is how I initially found it. And the pictures are just phenomenal. The pictures are just absolutely incredible. But I need to point out here, not all of the pictures are from your experiences or the experiences with Sisters in Suitcases. Why do you have so many of these different pictures of other women's travels?
I think it's important for the women, especially women of color, to see other women that look like them that's doing it, and that's going to these different places and taking these different journeys. Because when you see someone who looks like you, that's capable of doing something, you can really picture yourself doing that other person is doing.
One of the things I wanted to point out too is, you know, someone who may sign up may feel like, well, I don't want to go by myself. I don't want to travel by myself. But you say you're never alone.
You're never alone. So 85% of the women that travel with us are solo travelers. So they come alone, but you're never alone.
You're never alone.
You're never alone. There's a small, intimate group of us that we're always together. Yeah. And when I say together too, you still have opportunities to do experiences alone, but you'll never travel alone. And I take you and guide you step by step from the beginning to the end.
We're looking at a picture here. This is Sisters and Suitcases on Instagram, and I can't stress this enough. That's how I found you. I just kind of stumbled across you, and in our next segment we'll talk more about that, because it kind of took me back to my daughter, who, as you know, passed away back in 2011, but she traveled a lot, and I think I reached out to you and I said, well, I just responded to one of the Instagram posts, and I said, it's too bad they didn't have this when she was alive, because she would definitely be traveling with Sisters and Suitcases. But anyway, I'm glad we had an opportunity to connect. I feel like, well, I'm a rather spiritual person, and I think, she had something to do with this. But anyway, how do people sign up if they want to go?
If you want to go, you can go to our website, www.sistersandsuitcases.com.
How easy is that?
Yep, and you can always find us on Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
And just go to Instagram and learn about Sisters and Suitcases. I did that, and I'm just blown away by what they do, and that, ta-da, she lives right here in Little Rock. How about that? All right. This is, there is a story on Fox16.com. It's called Sisters and Suitcases. I produced it this month, so I want you to look for that, and you can learn a little bit more about what we talked about earlier this month. Thanks for joining me. I will see you again next time.